My parents used to laugh, your moment of fame, you were Mary when you were 5. I don't really remember anything about it, except I was Mary and no idea who else is on it. And I guess it was probably 1953, I would have thought. It was Stafford Street Infant School. So when I was, I presume, 7, I moved to St Thomas's School, which was in King Street. I was only there for 1 term, then I moved to Brolly Hill. I can remember starting there in the middle of a school year. I started there at Christmas, and it was very different, and it was quite a walk. I walked from Brolly Hill to Brockmore, home at lunchtime, back again. I can remember us singing, and we used to use the National Songbook, which was quite interesting. They used to just pick things out, and you used to sit there and sing these things for probably an hour at a time. Oh, it was a huge mixture. There were hymns, there were things like What Shall We Do with a Drunken Sailor? What else? The Campbells Are Coming. All sorts of things that you never hear now. I suppose I enjoyed history and music. I can certainly remember learning about the Romans and where Roman roads went and how Roman roads were built. Goodness knows why that stuck in my mind, but it did. Although I can remember at St Thomas's learning the basics of writing music, funnily enough. Yeah, I remember going into the hall and sitting on the floor and being given manuscript paper and taught how to actually begin to write music notation. One thing I do remember about the playground when I was at Stafford Street was one of the mothers giving me and her daughter a piece of chocolate. I guess it was probably still Russian then. And I can remember that to this day, being given this piece of chocolate through the fence. That was a real treat. And of course the school was right by the brewery. So there was the smell of the beer the whole time. Certainly the smell was very, very strong. We often went to the zoo. My aunt and uncle were members of what they called the zoo club, and that meant you had a free pass and could go in whenever you wanted. My friend and I used to go and collect this pass and go into the zoo free. I'm not too sure we were that interested in the animals. It was more, we'd go on the chairlift and the miniature train. That we were allowed to go out for the day, and we went on the bus and came back on the bus. Strangely enough, I went on to teach, and many of these things come back to me.